Gong Yoo is one of the most famous actors in Korea. However, his rise to fame wasn't easy. On top of that, once he debuted, he faced other difficulties. Gong Yoo, whose real name is Gong Yoo, was born on July 10, 1979, in Busan, South Korea. Gong Yoo grew up in a normal family, but he did reveal that his father was very strict and even would spank him for misbehavior. When Gong Yoo decided to become an actor, it was really hard for him. At almost all auditions he went to, they rejected him. Many of the rejections were due to his looks, as it didn't fit the beauty standard at the time. With time, he managed to push through and got projects to build his career. In 2000, he started his show business career as a video jockey on net and debuted as an actor in the TV series School 4 in 2001. In 2002, Gong Yoo appeared on a famous TV show called TV Carries the Love. The aim of the show was to reunite famous people with their past crushes, friends, lovers, or even just acquaintances, and Gong Yoo went there to find his first love. According to the reenactment of his story, the pair first met when he was in high school. In his first year, many of his friends were making a fuss over a popular girl in their district. He ended up falling for her at first sight and even made a call from a phone booth to her. Of course, she had no idea who he was or how he got her phone number. Later on, they realized that they attended the same after-school academy. They would go to karaoke and eat after class as a group of friends. One day, he even shooed away a suitor that was bothering her. Unfortunately, he was unable to confess his feelings towards her because she stopped attending the after-school academy. But a while later, he ran into her on the streets. Sadly, she was on a date with the suitor he chased away. But thanks to the show, she finally reappeared in front of his very eyes after all those years. And his smile was absolutely adorable when he saw her. He confessed belatedly that he had really liked her back then. Unfortunately, she explained that while on one hand, she thought he was a good guy, she had no intentions of dating back then when they attended the same class. Furthermore, she had only thought his interest in her was temporary and did not take it seriously when people joked that Gong Yoo liked her. The show MCs tried to urge the two of them to get reacquainted. Sadly for him, the story doesn't have a happy ending. It turns out, she was already seeing someone. After that, they went backstage to talk, but this show did help him to get noticed by more people. Thereafter, Gong Yoo did a number of supporting roles in dramas and movies and also hosted the music program Music Camp in 2004. Then 2005 came, and he finally had his breakthrough. In 2005, he landed his first lead role in SBS's Hello My Teacher opposite Gong Yoo-jin, which was a massive success, and then he starred in the romance melodrama One Fine Day in 2006. He quite quickly got another big role that to this day is a classic, Coffee Prince. The popularity of the drama not only solidified his status as a leading man but also made him a Hallyu star. However, right after this massive success, he had to go do his military service. We all know how military service can affect actors' careers, but for him everything was fine when he came back. He made his comeback in the romantic comedy Finding Mr. Destiny, which was a medium box office hit in Korea. In 2011, he starred in a movie called Silenced, which is based on true events. Upon its release on September 22, 2011, the film sparked public outrage. This led to a reopening of the investigations into the incidents on which the novel and film were based. Public demand for legislative reform reached the National Assembly, where a revised bill to target crimes against minors and the disabled, dubbed the Dogani Bill after the Korean title of the film, was successfully passed in late October 2011. Then he starred in Big, The Suspect, and A Man and a Woman. Gong Yoo once again gained international fame with the hugely successful zombie blockbuster Train to Busan, which surpassed 11 million admissions in South Korea. Also that year, he starred in another box office hit, The Age of Shadows, which surpassed 6 million admissions in 2 weeks. Then 2016 came, and the most beautiful drama came out, Guardian, The Lonely and Great God. The drama was a massive hit, and Gong Yoo won Best Actor at the Baeksang Awards for his performance. But this fame after the drama was not a happy one for Gong Yoo. Gong Yoo explained that he was definitely happy that his project did well, but apart from that, he did not feel any excitement or a sense of achievement. He added that it was difficult for him to get out of bed during that phase. He did not enjoy the spotlight and was constantly struggling. Gong Yoo further added, I don't think I can explain clearly why I was anxious. For example, Guardian, The Lonely and Great God did very well, but I wasn't happy. I was happy it did well, but apart from that, there was a time when I felt so empty, and I couldn't wake myself up. It's not that the work was hard or that it went well. I wasn't able to enjoy the spotlight when projects were a success. Gong Yoo added that feeling anxious was a bizarre experience for him. It made him feel like he was floating in the air like clouds without any emotions. He added that going through mental struggles himself, he became more empathetic toward others, so much so that it could even be considered being nosy. He does not want anyone else to go through anxiety like he did. Gong Yoo also added, it's hard to say this openly. It should be a time when other people would be so happy they feel like they're floating in the clouds. But if I say that my heart felt strange, it feels like I'm not grateful. After going through a hard time like that, the way I look at people around me changed. I felt like I was more nosy and that I didn't want them to go through the same hurt. Even though he was suffering with his mental issues, he pushed himself to get out of the bed and keep working. He then starred in Kim Ji-young, born 1982, So Bok, Squid Game, The Silent Sea and The Trunk. While doing promotions for The Trunk, he opened up about aging, as being an actor scares many due to the lack of roles you can get. But Gong Yoo thinks differently. I love the wrinkles on my face. They can become part of my mise-en-scene as an actor. I am not averse to aging. Yet, he admitted to being momentarily surprised by changes, like developing double eyelids with age. It was unfamiliar at first, an unexpected change from aging. I liked my eyes without double eyelids, so it felt awkward at first, but it's not because I dislike aging. Gong Yoo also talked about how much he hates the spotlight quite a lot and that he just wants to do normal things without being disturbed. I wanted to go outside with Gong Yoo, but I'm here indoors because I'm afraid to be surrounded by fans and photographed by the paparazzi. What do you miss in your ordinary life? I want to eat street food without being disturbed, and I like to take walks, but it's been a long time since I've done that. I miss the feeling of walking in crowded places as I please. I don't know when the last time I swam in the Korean Sea was. I can't even tan. People want to take pictures of me. Are you angry? Yes, sometimes because of the camera. I hate it. Do you sometimes want people to respect your privacy and leave you alone? Yes, sometimes it is. I would like you to do so if possible, but it's impossible. I guess it's my greed. I'm right next to you. Will you leave me alone? I thought about it, but it seems impossible. I'm right next to you, so I'd really appreciate it if you just let it go. But it will be difficult. It would be more comfortable to just adapt myself to this environment. Could it be possible in 10 years? What's good about being famous? I'm a little cautious, but I've been asked this question a lot. Ultimately, thanks to this fame, actor Gong Yoo exists and is the driving force that allows me to keep going. If you gain something, you have something to lose. Because of fame, I want to keep actor Gong Yoo's life and private life separate. But it might be hard for fans to accept that. A famous person's lifestyle is harder on him also due to his personality, as he is a shy and quiet person. As well, it takes time for him to start a project and make friends. I'm a person who finds it difficult to get started, he admits. Only after I've done a lot of thinking and become quite determined can I start things. It's the same when it comes to getting to know people. I'm not the type to quickly get close to people, but once the door opens, that connection deepens. If I feel like we'll match well together and it seems fun, then I start to become curious. I am very curious and have a lot of questions. When asked about what kind of emotions he'd like to experience in his own life that he has not before or has only experienced through his characters, Gong Yoo candidly responded with fatherhood as his answer. It's the emotion I'm most curious about, he says. It's an unknown world that I've never experienced, and I can't predict when my present self will come to experience such things. He reveals that this has led him to take on the father figure role in many of his works and always the father of a daughter. Through these roles, he explains how his perception of raising a child has changed over the years. Up until my early 30s, whenever I saw a baby, the emotions I would feel were mostly, oh, they're so pretty. But now, the weight of such an existence feels different. Questions like, could I raise a child well, and do I possess the talent to pull off the role of a father, and even the thought of, would giving birth to a child in these times even be good for them, have made me a bit more fearful and careful. As many of Gong Yoo's fans would know that he enjoys fishing, he mentioned why he enjoys it. When I go fishing, I enjoy the waiting. You can't see what's happening under the water. You approach the situation based on the information the sea gives you, one by one. Casting my line and waiting is really a lot of fun. It's thanks to this waiting that I feel so happy. On top of that, fishing is relaxing, especially when you are always in the environment that is busy and full of people. Fishing can help to decompress. It's good that he found something that makes him happy. What are your thoughts on all this? Thank you for watching, and see you next time.